This is Leaf Life. All things cannabis for all people. Now, Ricker and the Bearded Lorax.
We publish a free magazine called The Leaf, and it's available in print in 14 states at your local cannabis retailer. And you can also find us online at leafmagazines.com. This is show number 280, people.
Wow.
My name is Mike Ricker. I am your host of Leaf Life, and here next to me is my co-host, Wes Abney, the founder of The Leaf, and also famously known as the Bearded Lorax.
I speak for the trees.
And of course, there's AJ OG.
Hola, aloha OGs.
And Mary J. White.
Baked with love.
Famous people have leaned on their stardom for an advantage in the cannabis game since legalization. But in this industry where the consumer generally prefers quality and consistency first, success is far from guaranteed. This is Celebrity Brands.
I can't wait to taste Kim Kardashian's weed.
Oh, Lord. I don't know about that.
Our first segment, happy endings. Yes. Some of them have succeeded. And our second segment, reputation tarnished. Some have not succeeded. But before we get educated, we've got to get medicated. So let's get stoned. All right.
Let's go.
So wherever your day has led you, now it's time to fire up, chew up, or drink up, smoke up. Just get in the mood as we introduce this show's Greg the Guinea Pig.
Hi, I'm Greg, and Ricker used to try his weed out on me. But now it's someone else's turn to be the guinea pig.
All right, our guy, he was actually with us in the Hawaii show years ago. Shows, I should say. We did a series of them when we traveled to Honolulu. Cass Stewart is the founder of Breaking Brands, who has been instrumental in launching Willie Nelson, CHEECH and CHONG, and Mike Tyson's brands. Cass, welcome to the Leaf Life, but welcome back to the Leaf Life podcast.
Welcome, guys. Good to be here.
All right, brother. We're stoked to have you. Now let's spin AJ's wheel to see what's in AJ's stash.
And now, what's in AJ's stash?
What you got there for Cass, AJ?
All right, y'all. Wow, this Biscotti pancake by Artizen is absolutely beautiful.
Look at it.
Artizen.
Look at that flower.
Yeah, we had the CEO, Germán Bircher, on a previous show. It was Rescheduling Cannabis, number 273. And you know what? We decided, hey, man, not only was he a great guest, but he makes great weed as well. So let's feature it on a future show. And Germán, thank you for dropping that here at Leaf HQ in the Seattle area where our studio is built. And now, Cass, you are the recipient of this Artizen.
So the carb is the little mouth there.
Is that Garmon?
That's a Bearded Lorax.
It's a Lorax.
It's a wood pipe carved by our friend Jerry Mead. We've been using it a lot lately. Thankfully, go ahead and light it, AJ.
It has the little opal eyes.
It does indeed. And there you go. There's the Artizen. What strain is that again, AJ?
Did you get that? So this is Biscotti pancake, y'all. It's an indica hybrid. It's gelato 25 times South Florida OG, baby.
Very yummy.
I'm a North Florida OG, by the way.
Yeah, you
are. Northwest Florida.
Damn. Those nugs, though.
Foxtails.
Put that on a ring, y'all.
Yeah, it's got very nice
It's
bud structure and color. It's a
Beautiful.
It's a little bit purple and kind of matches your jacket, AJ, which you can see
does.
if you're watching on YouTube at Leaf Life Podcast V2. All right, let's get into it. Happy endings. Yeah, man, there have been some celebrity brands that have succeeded, but we all know that just because you slap a name on a bag of weed, it's not going to sell. So there are factors that assist in that, making it something that lasts in the pantheon of cannabis culture and is able to expand across state lines. And a lot of these celebrity brands are multiple state operators, and they don't win in every state. So it's a little bit of a tricky situation, Cass, but you're the guy that can tell us how it works.
The magic question is, how does it work? I wish it was that easy, but I'm kind of the guy that can guide you and try to get you on the fish or increase your likelihood of success. And that's something I tell them. There's definitely no magic silver bullet or magic tricks. You just got to do the right thing. So
what is the right thing for you know a celebrity brand? It's different. It's a different approach than just building your facility and putting out great concentrates. it's, because first of all, you're always working with a grower, another grower in every state. So you're basically, it's licensing deals. They're not building a facility in each state. They're just lending the name.
Absolutely. It is a licensing deal. So it's quality control and it's understanding the product. And it's sort of that melding of corporate and cannabis culture, which has been way more challenging than any of these guys thought. And I think the main thing is most of them will come in with fancy resumes and deep pockets. And, I worked at Amazon, I was VP at Pepsi, and they think that a lot of that is going to transfer over. And you touched on it with a label, whatever you call it. I call it a sticker slap. A sticker slap is absolutely not going to work. And so most of them...
Not the same thing as a bitch slap.
Not the same. You get bitch slapped if you do a sticker slap. And honestly, I love all the brands and all the people that I've worked for, but many of them have had to learn that the extremely expensive way. And I think it's challenging if you're coming from a CEO at a prestigious, top 10 company or a well-known company, and you have that corporate khaki pants background to say, I'm going to listen to Cass and I know he's baked right now. It's just, they like it and they kind of take it in, but sometimes it goes in and right back out. Or when there's a bean counter looking at profit and loss, they'll make that decision based on, can I make an extra nickel versus can I sell an extra 10,000 eighths next month?
Well, they don't necessarily understand the culture, Wes.
No, and it's not Coca-Cola.
Right.
Like Coca-Cola doesn't need to put a bottling plant in every city they sell Coca-Cola or every state.
Right.
Because they can distribute it anywhere they want to. With weed, you have to have a state-by-state licensing system.
Right.
So if you're coming in and you've done a celebrity alcohol brand, well, same thing. That gin, Aviation Gin, a great example, tastes the same everywhere.
Yeah.
Because it's from one bottling facility. Now, if you want to have a celebrity brand name like Kim Kardashian, and I hate her, but it's so easy to say. But imagine she might have good weed in California where she can go see the grow and make sure it's up to quality. But then that stuff in Oklahoma, well, it smells like Kim Kardashian after the sex tape. Not good, because you don't know.
That's brutal, dude.
And the grower's hey, let's put some cheap weed in this and stick a label on it. And that has happened to so many brands. And I'm purposely not mentioning brands that have tried or failed in cannabis, because most brands fail in cannabis anyways.
Yeah.
So it's not that the celebrity brands fail more. It's just that we notice more.
It's a higher expectation. So it's oh man, that failed too, but like you're saying, it's just the plant is truly grown and it grows in a retroactive way. So the quality's got to be that high every time. It's almost impossible, so especially when you're jumping from state to state with the licenses.
The optics on a celebrity brand are huge. You just said it. All eyes are on you, for better or for worse. So, if you can parlay that into home runs, then you're doing good. But if you make a misstep, it's going to maybe make a magazine or a national headline or whatever. So absolutely.
And people love to talk shit in general, especially about famous people, but perhaps no one more than weed trolls, and snobby stoners. And so they love, people who love to get on social media and shit talk. And so they'll go buy 6/8 of a celebrity weed until they find the one that looks bad. And then, it's people take advantage of that.
Yeah.
Again, the optics are huge. So people are paying attention when you say CHEECH and CHONG or Willie Nelson. So absolutely.
And I just hope that we go easy on them, y'all, because we need good people connected to our plant, and that money working for our industry. Look at what's happening with the rescheduling, and we don't know what the landscape's going to look like, but we do know certain people have always represented this plant to us. So be easy on our celebrities. They're getting it and they're trying to figure it out and trying
just
to branch
everybody,
in.
Right?
They're also trying to cash in. We don't need to be easy on anybody. This is the cannabis industry. We love the plant, and we're not going to allow it to be bastardized by corporate. Well, I mean, it's a lot of it's out of our control. But with that said, I have a great question. Why did Bob Marley's brand fail? Because, I mean, look, man, nobody's trying to hate on Bob Marley.
No, absolutely not.
Again, I think that there was no SOPs or pro forma or no path for anybody to follow. So, like, unlike more traditional industries, they were able to really follow this path. But with cannabis, they don't. And so, you know, I could tell you story after story, but it's almost comical how much they didn't know, you know, and then you take people like us that can walk in and look at a handful of buds on the table and go, yes, yes, no, maybe, no, maybe. And they don't know, you know, and it took me a long time to realize how would they? They weren't meeting people at Safeway and handing off money for a bag of weed and had 15, 30 seconds to evaluate and left feeling like I did great or, oh, shit, you know. So you can't fake that experience. There's so many analogies, but I think it's like trying to commercialize hip hop or something, you know. It's this raw culture that we have, and a lot of people didn't think that was going to last. I mean, I heard a lot of people saying, no more of this stoner stuff, and, you know, and I was like, you're kidding. You guys are going to throw the stoner out with the bathwater, you know.
Dude.
If you look at the culture today, I don't think it's ever been stronger. So even the people that said that, they're, you know, they now got their sequin dude and their hat and they're at the events and they're hanging with a couple hottie bud tenders. And so I'm like, oh yeah, I remember you.
So don't throw the stoner out with the Chong water.
Yeah,
actually.
Don't throw the stoner out with the bath water. So I love that part of it. I've always been very authentic, and I think that's what's helped me kind of go the distance.
And that was Marley Naturals. Now there's a new Bob Marley brand, and they've partnered with Jeter down in California, one of the biggest brands. So they're making a comeback, or the family is just rebranding. I don't know. But in the second segment, we'll talk about how a celebrity's reputation can be tarnished by a negative perception of their cannabis brand. But first, Cass, it's time for you to play Common Loraxogens.
All right. How much do you actually know about the most mysterious mossback ever to scratch his chin coif on an elk antler? This is Common Loraxogens.
Cass, you've known Wes a while, haven't you?
Yeah, I sure have.
You should be up on your Common Loraxogens then, right?
Yeah, you think so, but he's a mystery. He's like Bigfoot. You know?
Hey.
Well, you're not wrong. There is a lot to be learned about the mystifying species of bearded lorax. However, here's what we do know. Number one, Cass, if the common practice for achieving 1 year of sobriety off of alcohol is receiving a commemorative coin, what did the bearded lorax do to celebrate passing that 12-month green clean status? That's a good question, Cass.
He's probably smoked a joint.
No, that's incorrect.
He took a bong hit.
Yeah, that was
Dabs.
11 months. He did that.
Dabadoos.
Actually, the answer is he traveled to the coast of Barbados to embark on a deep-sea fishing excursion where he took an entire bottle of Sailor Jerry spiced rum and poured it into the warm waters of the Caribbean Sea to beckon Davy Jones in the hopes that he would pass it along to Captain Jack Sparrow in the event he may need something to wet the whistle.
I'm surprised I didn't know that.
Yeah, me too, brother. Please. Paying attention.
It was right there on the
That's
tip
fine.
of my tongue.
Here's number 2. You get another shot. If the majority of the world uses the brand Tide for their laundry detergent needs, what does the bearded lorax use to give his clothes a fresh scent?
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
You've been to his house before? Come on.
Yeah, he smelled great.
Yeah. The washing machine's right next to the bathroom.
It's really natural.
Right behind the garage.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
3 seconds, Cass.
Come on, Cass.
That's
Some pine tree.
That's incorrect.
Pine Sol.
Yeah. The answer is borax.
I should have
Officially
got that
known
one.
as
like
20
it.
Mule Team Borax. He believes that the company created the name by combining the two words bearded and lorax.
Borax.
Borax by itself is a naturally occurring compound that is found in arid regions like the salt plains of Utah and Nevada, and then refined into a powder for easy use.
All right, Utah, Nevada. Somebody's got to make a borax strain.
I feel like I really know him now.
That would be a chem strain,
A
probably.
chem strain, yeah.
And number 3, Cass. Common Loraxogens. What's common Loraxogens? What you did. Number 3. If the most popular cologne with a musk scent is currently Ralph Lauren's Polo Blue, what is the bearded lorax's first choice for smelling ravishing? Yeah. Come on, man. You've been in his room, right? You've seen his lineup of
Weed.
I think just some weed. Yeah, I think he reeks of a little cannabis.
We're going to give you a correct answer.
All right.
Because it is, sort of the right answer. The real answer is Eau de Bong water from Dolce and Gabbana. Yeah, Dolce and Gabbana.
Dolce and Gabbana.
Yeah. After copious rips from his 3-foot Roar water buffalo pipe, he dips a Q-tip in through the shaft to wet the end before touching it lightly to his wrists, neck, and then just a slight spray on the bearded parts, which begin with his chin, and then his knee, and then to his wee knee.
The abuse.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, if you want to discover cannabis news, reviews, entertainment, and culture, and explore every single Leaf magazine at your convenience, search leafmagazines.com. Coming up in our second segment, we'll dive into how celebrity reputations can be tarnished with an unsuccessful cannabis brand. We'll get another spin of AJ's Wheel, and we'll kick it all off with another episode of Where in the World with Mary J. White. Leaf Life continues in just a moment.
These products have intoxicating effects and may be habit-forming.
Marijuana can impair concentration, coordination, and judgment.
Do not operate a vehicle or machinery under the influence of this drug.
There may be health risks associated with consumption of these products.
For use by adults 21 and older.
Keep out of the reach of children.
Some of the wardrobe, including Ricker Wes's sick lids, is provided by Grassroots California. Check out the dopeness at grassrootscalifornia.com.